All right, everyone. What is going on? We are live. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name's Adum, and every Monday through Friday, we get together right here on YouTube and we live stream and we figure out, we work together, and we're trying to figure out how to build ourselves a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And today, one thing I want to talk about, if you've seen any of my videos for a while, I listen a lot to Alex and Leia, Princess Leia, and Leia Hormozi. And I really like the stuff that they say in terms of business. And one of the things that they mention quite often in their stuff that they talk about is having one avatar, one product, and one channel. So it basically means you have one product that you sell, and you sell it to one specific type of person, and then you promote that through just one specific channel. And if you're anywhere below $1 million in revenue every single year, trying to expand on that is basically kind of like a waste of time because you probably have an issue in one of those channels. So today, that's kind of what I wanted to just go through is figure out for me, like just to really solidify this stuff in my mind to make sure that I have it right. And then I could put forth kind of who it is I want to target, what it is I'm going to target them with, and then how I'm going to target them. And use that as a framework to say, okay, if I'm not getting to where I want to be, then there's obviously kind of a problem there. And it could be a problem with, well, obviously it's a problem with like the product market fit, right? One of the things that I've been kind of learning here as as we go on through this journey. So I figured what I do here is I just have a Figma set up here, and I just want to illustrate these things or just put them to paper, I guess, just to make sure that I kind of have this right. And if there's anything that you think here that's missing or that should be different or whatever, just let me know. I definitely appreciate the feedback on this one. So I'm going to get started here, and we're just going to lay out. And the thing too is, one thing that those guys were talking about, and I think is really, really important, is that, well, I can even just kind of write it down here, is it's just basically about having a really, really good product. So you have a product. In this case, we have pixel pieces. Let me just bring it up here. So this is our product, right? Our product is WEBFLOW components. So that's the product. And we want to sell that to a specific group of people. And we'll talk about who the initial client should be and who we kind of want to target. And then we have our method of communication to those, and then, hopefully we get through sales. So one of the things that they stress a lot is that when you get a customer, when you have a product and then they buy something, and then, through whatever means, like say it's you advertise or what have you, you want that experience that customer has with that product to be a positive one, so that they then go ahead and can tell their friends about the product. Says, hey, look how great Pixel Pieces was. It helped me do XYZ in terms of, it blew my mind in terms of the value that I got, and that it lived up to this expectation. And of course, our expectation or the value that we're trying to bring to our customers is allowing them to build better websites faster, right? Or to build websites faster. So that's kind of the idea. Between the value, that's the idea of the value that we want to generate. So before if you have that funnel of like, hey, here's a product, we advertise, and then we get money through people buying the product. If the product itself is garbage, then it doesn't make sense to just pour more money into advertising, pour more money into trying to get customers. You kind of have to fix the product. So I think the basics, or the reason why I want to kind of tell that little story or tell kind of what I'm thinking about that, is that I want to make sure that the product, Pixel Pieces itself, is as good as it possibly can be. And I always want to work towards making sure that this product is better. So there's going to need to be a balance between how often I'm spending time creating content and creating information to bring out and to promote to my audience. But I also need to figure out what the balance is going to be between doing that and also improving the product to make sure that when customers do get to the product, they have the most amazing experience with the product, so I can continue to sell the product, knowing that, people are actually, using it and getting actually good value from it. So yeah. So, and we've done all this stuff before. I should probably actually bring this up. Because it was on the, like the canvas. Lean, yeah, I think it's a lean stack. So, let's just go into here, I guess. I think, yeah, so we have our little customer segments and everything like that. So, yeah, this is a little bit messy here. Okay. And we'll put that aside for now. We'll come back to it in a moment. But let's take a look at, we want our avatar. And let's make this, let's do our brand font. So we have our avatar. And then we have our, product. Or maybe we should put the product first. An avatar. And then we have our channel. Okay. So we got these guys. Let's put that in a frame. All right. And okay. So now let's identify kind of each one of these. So our product, of course, is WEBFLOW components. WEBFLOW, we'll say WEBFLOW component library at $249 lifetime access. Or say $249 one-time payment, right? So that's our product. Let's maybe make this font a little bit smaller, and we want to actually limit it to, let's say, 300. Okay. Can we go? Let's go 130. Okay. So if we think about our avatar here, do we need to bullet point this? So the way that I'm thinking about who we want to target. So again, let's go look at this thing here. So we talk about freelance and developers, agencies, small to medium enterprise solutions, bloggers, education, and students. So I am thinking my intuition, my gut feeling is telling me that the type of people that we should be targeting are more the beginner type students, beginners at WEBFLOW, or maybe even not just web design specifically. Beginners at web design, yeah. So people looking to learn how to build websites. And I could say people looking to learn how to start a career as a web designer, just as a web designer, whether it's a freelance or working for another company. I think that's kind of irrelevant. Well, I mean, it's not that it's irrelevant, but I mean, if you're learning how to do web design, you can figure out if you want to go work for another company or work for yourself or what have you. Right. So how do we get this height to be auto? What is the... I think there's a button here. There it is. Okay. Right. So how do I... Maybe... Is there something that we can say? Beginner... Or I'll say like maybe 0 to 2 years web design experience. Should I even... Was that even too much? Is that even too wide of a range of people? Like somebody that's been doing web design for 2 years. It depends on how. See, even that is a little bit of a... It's tough to say because what have you been doing in the past 2 years, you know? So I say person with 0 to 2 years web design experience. I think so, because I think that helps me target kind of what the content is going to be, right? Okay, so so what? I guess in these, I'm going to put in a little bit of bullet points in terms of what the characteristics are of this specific type of person, right? So they want to, they're looking to learn how to build. Can I zoom in a little bit on this one? Or so, not looking, they want to learn how to build websites. To build, I say good websites. I just say learn how to build websites. So I'm thinking of making sure that things are, you know, like they coded well, right? I mean, there's ways to code things that work, but then it's also things to code things that work in a really good way. But I mean, just saying the proper skills and the proper methods of how to build and how to design, how to build websites. I would say websites that, you know, I say that they sell or convert, or, you know, that they can sell. So what can I say? Like, do I say websites, you know, that impress? Or maybe even more simply, they want to learn how to build websites. They want to learn the fundamentals of good design. So they want to maybe I could put it, whoops, maybe I could put in something here that says, actually I could delete this and just go how to, and then, in fact, yeah, why am I starting? And let's go bullet point here. They want to learn how to build websites. They want to learn how to build websites. They want to learn the fundamentals of good design. They want to learn how to start freelancing and getting clients. I want to learn how, how to price their services. They want to learn, of course, how to build in WEBFLOW. That's something that we want to make sure that we do. Yep. So I think I like that. Okay, it's zooming in almost too much. I want to get halfway. All right, let's go maybe 400. And the channel, so that one's pretty easy. Control plus. Whoops. The channel is YouTube. And I'm gonna create long form educational content. And then of course with that, we're gonna, break down that content into, shorts and all that kind of stuff. But that's the primary channel, is through YouTube. So there's going to be other things that we're going to be doing, right? Like obviously we're going to have our newsletter campaigns, and we're going to talk to people, engage with our community. So those are all the things that we can do to improve the product, right? So maybe we can even talk about that in here. Let's talk, so about the product itself. We can say, so continual component, we'll say creation and improvements, engagement with audience, I'll say engagement with customers through email, and we have our Discord channel. And then we have community engagement through product hunt, and I'd probably think of looking at a few forums to be part of and start answering people's questions in WEBFLOW. Forums, and maybe on X as well too. But that's all the stuff about continually improving the product, right? Okay. And we're going to throw that also in a frame. Bring it a little closer. These guys here. Actually, no, I want it to be a fixed width. That one's 400. 400. 400. And this, we want, what is it, 40? So, well, let's center. There, everything should be centered nicely. There we go. Okay. So one other thing here. So path to 1 million. Let's bold this here. Wow, this one's just regular. Right, path to 1 million. So what are we doing here? So the goal is to make the product so good. Well, I mean, we obviously want to make good product market fit, right? We want to make sure that this product is going to work for this specific person, right? The goal is to make the product, is to continually refine the product based on customer feedback so that when new people purchase the product, hang on, I need to constrain this thing here. So when new people purchase the product, the value that they are provided exceeds their expectations, and they have a positive experience with us and are happy to tell their friends about us. Right, that's it. That's the key, right? Your product is so good. Like if you imagine you buy a car and you have a great experience with a car, whatever that car may be, and you just tell your friends. It's like, oh man, that Toyota I had, it was a fantastic car, no problems for 10 years, blah, 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 right? Or, hey, I use Pixel Pieces, and you know what? When I got there, I was able to just copy and paste a few different components, get my site up and running super, super quickly, and it was super easy, and I loved it. And the customer service is really great. It's always great talking to Adoom, blah, blah, blah. If you ever have any problems, they're always open. So, highly recommend, right? So that kind of stuff is we want to make sure that we give that type of experience to our customers. So we need to make sure that that's a thing. All right. Let's auto layout this. So, all right. So path to 1 million. Whoops. Call this headings, and then I don't know, descriptions. So we're going to throw this actually. This is, we'll call this 111, right? I think 30. Is that what we got going on? We got 20. Okay. So I like it. I think this makes sense to me. Does this make sense to you guys? Let me know what you think about this. We have our product, Pixel Pieces, WEBFLOW component library. There's other things that are associated. There's, the style guide. There's going to be a couple templates, all that fun stuff as well too. But that's the bread and butter. It's one product that we're selling. It's $250 access to our component library. We're looking to target beginner web designers, 0 to 2 years experience. They're on the new, we'll just say here, beginner. And these are the things that they want to learn. They want to learn how to build a website, how to build websites. They want to know what the fundamentals are of good design. They want to start freelancing. They want to know how they can get clients, make their own money, maybe start a side hustle. They want to know how to price their services. And then of course they want to learn how to build websites. We'll say how to build websites. And then maybe in here, how to build websites. And then of course, well, maybe we'll throw in WEBFLOW here, but also the fundamentals of how to build websites as well. Something that we're going to teach as well. Because having a good foundation, not only just knowing how WEBFLOW works, but also just about websites in general, right? They should have a good understanding and fundamental behind that. Create long form educational content. And then also we could break down topics into well-produced courses. And these are for free. And those are the ones that we already started about in terms of this kind of master course of how to build your own WEBFLOW component library, which is, again, thinking about that, is that fitting the avatar here? Maybe not quite, but it's still going to have a lot of educational things in there. So I think that's something that I think will be really cool to do. And to give me good practice too, in terms of building out that educational material as well too, and how to figure out how that's all going to work. And how to produce really good videos that do educate people. Yeah. So I like it. I think we're in a good spot here. Or at least I think that makes a lot of sense to me. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that this is going down the right path and going down the right direction, and seeing if that's a really good thing for me to focus on. Because again, too, the thing is I really, really want to focus. I've always been going off into so many different directions. It's like, I'll start this, my own little membership website here, and I got to start this newsletter here. And, I'm going to service these types of clients here. I'm going to do web projects on the side. And then I'm going to have Pixel Pieces and have all these different things. And it's like, oh my goodness, there's only so many hours in the day. And of course, being just me, there's only so many things that I can draw my attention to and have my time and put my time on. So this is like, okay, you know exactly what you want to do. You need to sell Pixel Pieces. So how are you going to do that? Who are you going to do it? And who are you going to sell it to? And how are you going to keep continually making the product better? And how can you continue to be making the stuff that you put out there to promote the product? How could you make that better as well too? Right? And then how could you also get feedback and narrow down who your actual audience is and what they want from Pixel, and make sure that, I can give it to them and sell them, sell them on their goals and their aspirations and their dreams or whatever, like what the dream outcome is going to be once they get Pixel Pieces, right? And of course, the assumption right now is that they want to use it to be able to build good websites that they can use for money or whatever. But yeah, they just want to be able to build websites, and they want to be able to do a good job, and they want to be able to do it fast too, so that they can make more money. So anyways, that's the plan. We're gonna just refine again. Nothing too terribly new here, but just more, just making sure to sit down to think about it, and to always make sure that we're focused and we're really moving forward in the right direction. So everything that I'm doing should always kind of come back to this. Like, make sure that I'm always servicing this plan and what this goal is. So yeah, and getting to 10 million, then that's a whole nother topic of conversations, and all the different things that we could potentially open up Pixel Pieces to. But anyways, we'll get to that later. But for now, let's get to our $1 million through Pixel Pieces. All right, guys. So that's it for me for today. Again, do let me know what you think. I would really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, I'll be back here again tomorrow for a brand new live stream. All right, guys. Until then, have a good one, and see you tomorrow.